it's working.
So let me start first.
Yeah, go ahead, sure.
Hola, muy buenas noches, bendecidos seamos todos en esta noche. Venimos de parte de Liberty Taxes, ¿verdad? Gracias, pastor, gracias, pastora, por abrirnos las puertas de la iglesia para poder traer conocimiento. Yo sé que todos ya sabemos que son taxes, que son esto y lo otro, ¿verdad? Y tal vez, como dijo el pastor en uno de los Facebook Live, que ya muchos de ustedes han abierto sus aperturas de negocio, pero hay más. Amén. Hay más. Amén. Y por ese más es lo que estamos hoy en esta noche, ¿verdad? Porque les queremos traer más para que nosotros los hispanos podamos estar más informados, para que podamos también absorber más de lo que el gobierno tiene para nosotros, ya que estamos viviendo aquí dentro de los Estados Unidos. Y entonces, ¿qué? Tenemos que estar educados en todo esto. Entonces, le voy a presentar aquí en esta noche, ¿verdad? Él es mi jefe, el cual también está, yo también estoy queriendo absorber todo de los conocimientos de él. Entonces, con ustedes,
Okay.
Mr. Smith.
Thank you, Ada.
Gracias.
Good evening.
Buenas noches.
First of all, I'd like to give honor to our God for us all being here tonight.
Okay, primeramente le damos gracias a Dios por todos ustedes por estar aquí en esta noche.
Yes. We are church people, and when you're in church, you know, I was thinking, church is the one place where we're all the same. It doesn't matter what your culture is or where you're from, what language you speak, it doesn't matter. I can feel His Spirit in here tonight.
Okay,
Beautiful
dice que ellos son personas también de iglesia. También cuando estamos en la iglesia no tenemos que estar viendo cultura, no estamos viendo, ¿verdad? Él dice que él puede sentir el Espíritu del Padre hoy aquí en esta noche.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you, Pastor Jose.
Yeah,
thank you for having us here tonight.
Muchísimas gracias, pastor, por abrir las puertas de su iglesia para nosotros hoy.
Now, we are here to share some ideas and some concepts with you. We don't know everything, but we want to help you. That's why we came, and to share with you tonight, and so that we can learn and grow together. That's what it's all about.
Okay, el propósito de esta noche de poder venir acá es porque Él quiere ayudar, Él quiere compartir de lo que Él tiene, de lo que ellos tres tienen, entonces con cada uno de ustedes.
Yes. Thank you. I would like to introduce my lovely wife of 53 years, Angie Smith.
Okay, él le gustaría introducir a su hermosa esposa que tienen 53 años de estar juntos con él.
And my daughter, Takesha.
Okay, y su hija, Keisha.
Yeah. I think I'm supposed to speak about, let's see. What am I
Tengo
supposed
un ayudante,
The
¿verdad?
business.
Que va a ayudarme también. Él es de
Business.
negocios, entonces él me va a ayudar para estar
Right.
traduciendo para
Okay.
ustedes hoy.
Hello. Nice to meet you, sir. Good. Well, first of all, I credit all of my success to the good Lord and my wife. You got to choose the right helpmate.
La primera persona que yo le doy la oportunidad de poder tener una carrera en mi vida es a Dios y la compañera de tu vida igualmente.
In 53 years that we've been married, I have never heard her use a curse word.
Nunca ha salido una palabra profana
Or
de su boca.
I've never had a reason to not trust her, and I think that's very important.
Y nunca ha habido una oportunidad donde yo he perdido la confianza
Yeah.
en ella.
That's okay. Now that we got that out of the way, let me tell you a little bit about. I said that because that's the foundation that you need
Dice, él,
to succeed in life. Period. You got to have your priorities together.
dice que para que uno pueda encontrar su propósito en la vida hay que tener una fundación. Y sin una fundación no se puede salir adelante. Y en esa fundación él ha podido encontrar la oportunidad de tener su carrera la que tiene ahora.
Thank you. And thank you, Ada,
Y muchas gracias
for putting this together so quickly. We appreciate it.
por
Now-
poner todo esto.
Now, Angie and I have been in business since 1984.
Desde el año 84 he estado en negocio con su esposa Ana.
And I think that's 39 years.
39 años, perdón.
We are grateful for our success.
Son muy felices con la fortuna que han podido tener.
I learned very quickly after starting my business that you have to deliver more than they asked you to do. You got to give more.
Que
That's what,
cuando él primero abrió su negocio, la primera cosa que él observó es que demanda mucho de uno y uno tiene que dar.
Right.
Aunque uno no quiera, tiene que dar
Yeah.
la medida extra.
you have to love people. You have to
Tiene que
love.
amar a las personas.
Yeah. Okay, so we started out doing insurance in the insurance business in 1984. And then we grew into the tax business. We were on our way to work one morning, and we passed by a tax office, and you want me to go ahead or what?
No, yeah, yeah. Just so I can catch up with you.
This is kind of new. But anyway, then we went from insurance to taxes.
Entonces, primero comenzaron con las aseguranzas y después los impuestos.
We have helped thousands of people.
Han podido ayudar a miles de personas.
Right. We've done probably 15,000 tax returns over the years.
Entre los años han hecho 50,000.
Wherever we go in Duplin County, Sampson County, we see our customers going in and out of Walmart.
Donde quiera que vayan, sea Dublin, sea el condado de Sampson, pueden ir a Walmart y ver que los clientes van incrementando.
Right. Yes. Now, when you talk about business, there's a lot involved in business. So I'm not going to try to tell you everything tonight. What I'd like to see happen is you ask some questions, and I'll be glad to talk about it, now that I got the preliminaries out the way.
Con lo que viene de negocios se habla de muchas cosas y podemos estar aquí toda la noche, pero aquí lo que quiero el tratar de hacer es de que poder responder sus preguntas sobre los negocios, lo que él les pueda asistir a ustedes.
Amen. So we do taxes now. We do individual tax returns, business returns, bookkeeping, payroll.
Entonces hacen los impuestos de negocios, los impuestos personales, hace la contabilidad de un negocio, todo el aspecto personal y comercial de un negocio se hace.
Okay, so y'all tell me what you want, and I'll try to answer your questions.
He wants to know the business of your name. The business.
Yeah.
Your business name.
Good. We have 7 franchises with Liberty Tax.
Tiene 7 franquicias con Liberty Tax.
Yeah, and we have locations in Warsaw, Clinton, Mount Olive, Elizabethtown, Wallace, and 2 in Wilson.
2 en Wilson, en el condado de
Right.
Sampson y de Dublin igualmente.
Right, franchise locations.
7 franquicias.
So Liberty Tax, we're part of Liberty. Liberty has over 2,700 locations in the United States and Canada.
Entonces en los Estados Unidos y en Canadá, Liberty Tax tiene más de 22,000 localidades alrededor de los Estados Unidos y Canadá, y entre esas 22,000, perdón, están las 7 franquicias de él.
We love to do tax talks because that helps us to meet more people and to talk to people and share.
Estas charlas son para compartir y para poder aprender más de sus necesidades de ustedes, acerca de los impuestos, de sus negocios, para que puedan expandirse igualmente.
Yes. Any other questions for me before I turn it over to my experts?
Antes de que pase a los expertos, quisiera, no sé si tengan más preguntas o algo más.
We're still growing. You know, we've been in business 39 years, but we're still growing. And we got, our goal this year is to do 3,000 tax returns.
Entonces, la meta de este año es hacer 3,000 impuestos de regreso para poder continuar creciendo. Entonces, después de 39 años de estar haciendo este negocio, quieren todavía seguir expandiendo y creciendo.
Él tiene más experiencia, su experiencia también es como ya después de que uno abre una compañía. Entonces, si ustedes tienen alguna.
How can she start an investment?
How can she start an investment? That's a very good question. Very good question.
Perfecto.
Find something you really like to do.
Encuentra algo que le gusta hacer,
Get started
comenzar,
and just don't stop. And you'll get better as you go along. But it has to be something that you're passionate about.
algo que a usted le apasione, comenzar con eso pequeño y de eso incrementar de poco en poco.
Right.
Y nunca
And-
parar, ¿verdad? Siempre buscar
Yeah.
la oportunidad de crecer.
Right. A lot of people, I found out 39 years ago that you don't have to have money.
Hace
You got to have faith and believe that the good Lord is going to provide for you when you need help. And that's how I started. I was flat broke. The only thing I had when I started was a desk and a trash can. And somebody saw me moving in. A guy, I never will forget what he told me. He said, "What's that going to be?" I said, "An insurance office." He said, "We have too many of them already." Now that was discouraging, wasn't it? So you got to believe in what you're doing. You got to have faith and believe the good Lord is. If you work hard and do what you're supposed to, the good Lord's going to do the rest for you.
Dice él que en sus 39 años de experiencia, lo que él ha encontrado, lo más afortunado es, aunque no tenga uno ni un solo dólar en su bolsillo, es la fe y la esperanza que Dios siempre va a proveer. Siempre va a proveer. Y él dice, tiene una anécdota que hace 39 años, cuando él primero comenzó su negocio, comenzó con solo un bote de basura y un escritorio. Y entró a un lugar, le dijo a su vecino que, pues, ¿qué vas a comenzar allí? ¿Qué va a ser esa oficina? Pues dice, va a ser otra aseguranza. Y dice, pues ya tenemos muchas de esas, ¿para qué quieres abrir otra?
True story.
Entonces,
Yeah.
es algo que de eso él se ha podido agarrar y de eso él ha podido sobrevivir y aprender.
Yeah.
De nunca parar y siempre
Yeah.
confiar en Dios.
The good Lord has unlimited resources, unlimited. And you just have to believe, because the doors open for you as you go along.
Tiene recursos ilimitados, entonces solo hay que pedir y las puertas estarán abiertas.
Sí, tenía una pregunta. Hay hermanos de aquí de la congregación que todavía no tienen una situación migratoria regularizada, pero tienen sus hijos nacidos aquí. ¿Cómo trabajan ustedes para que ellos puedan llenar sus planillas de impuestos?
So he's saying that there's a lot of members in the community whose children live here, right? They were born here. Their parents are not from here. They're legal. So he wants to know, what is the process, or what's it like for an individual who fills out these forms and does that entire process? What would be the preliminaries?
To start a business?
No, to do the tax returns.
Oh, okay,
The tax returns on an individual.
right.
Yeah.
You have to be at least 18 years of age, right? And you have to have a social security number. And-
Yeah, and this example is someone who doesn't have.
Oh.
Yeah, who's a foreign. Yeah, who's a foreign.
Okay.
And who's an immigrant.
Yeah, I'm gonna call on
Yes.
Miss Keisha. Come on, Miss Keisha.
Va a llamar a los
Thank you, Ada. All right, this is, give her a hand, yeah, thank you.
Hola, mis amigos. ¿Cómo están ustedes? Okay, that's about all I know, so I'm sorry, okay? But anyway, in order to answer your question, what you would have to do is you would have to get an ITIN, and that is an individual taxpayer identification number. So you would have to, do you want me to start? Okay.
Dice que para poder conseguir ese proceso, todo uno tiene que agarrar un ITIN number, un número de identificación personal, que you guys can fill out that,
Yes.
que van a su oficina y él les puede ayudar con ese proceso.
Yes, and we can help you with that at our offices. You would have to do a W-7 application, and what you would need to bring in is a form of identification for the person that you're applying for the number.
Bien, entonces uno llevaría, fuera a su oficina de ellos, llevaría un documento con su información personal, para muchos un pasaporte, ¿verdad? Y después de eso llenarían una forma W-7 y de allí.
And I did hear him say pasaporte, so he is right. That is the best form of identification that you can have for your applicant, because it shows residency, well, the place of birth, and it also shows identification. So if you're applying, the passport is the best form of identification that you can bring, because if you bring that, you won't need any other form of identification.
Entonces con el pasaporte es como la llave dorada, entonces lleva la residencia de la persona, ¿verdad? De su país natal, pero enseña la residencia y también hay una foto diciendo que esa es la persona y verifica perfectamente la persona.
And also, one other thing I wanted to add about our office, if you come to us, I am a certified acceptance agent. And so that means that if you come to our office, we don't have to send your original passport or your forms of identification. I am able to make a copy and sign off on that for you, so you will not have to send the originals and wait weeks or months for them to come back to you.
Entonces si van a su oficina de ellos, ella es una agente certificada que para muchos cuando van a hacer este proceso se le tienen que enviar su pasaporte y tienen que esperar semanas. Entonces con ella toma una copia, puede firmar, hace el proceso y ya regresa con el pasaporte a casa.
¿Tienen oficinas aquí en Clinton?
Do you guys have offices here in Clinton?
Yes, we do. As a matter of fact, we have one right down the road, straight down, right? 701.
En la 701 hay uno.
And I do have some of these that have all 7 of our locations on the back, and I will be passing those out so that each of you will get one of those.
Y tiene panfletos para donde están todas las 7 localidades para que sí puedan ir. You're saying, for example, for a student that does his like tax return and does all that process, does the federal government take some money from it, or if they're just doing a part-time, or are they incentivized since they're a student in any way?
You mean as far as a student filing their taxes?
Yes, a student, yeah. Like hacer high school or something.
Yeah, okay, so if it's a person that is under the age of 19 and their parents can still claim them as a dependent as long as they don't make over a certain amount of money.
Entonces dice que usualmente para una persona de menos de 19 años muchos padres los ponen como dependes. Entonces a ese proceso, pues, if they claim as a dependent, they can't do it, or they can still do their taxes.
They can still do a tax return, but they have to indicate on their parents' tax return that they can, be claimed on another tax return. Because if not, it's going to reject their social and show that they've already been used on another return.
Entonces si son usados como un depende en una forma de ustedes, como sus padres, y ustedes tienen que poner que ya lo han reclamado como un depende en la forma, porque si no lo hacen y hacen sus impuestos los muchachos o muchachas, lo regresa para atrás, lo rebota a su socio como que si es negativo. Entonces fuera preferible que fuera un depende mejor, o que no lo pongan como depende como sus padres.
Yeah, it also does depend on the income too.
Y también
Yes.
cuánto gana el individuo. Yeah, he was saying because there's a lot of young individuals, 16, 17, that want,
That
go
want
ahead
to
and
file
get
taxes.
started, yeah.
And,
Okay. You have to be, how old do you have to be, 18 to work for, to get a job? You're talking about they want to get a job, right? They want to work? Or
No,
just to learn how to do taxes?
No, the individual in the example.
Oh, okay, good, I'll go back, Keisha.
okay.
I thought you were talking about work.
Yeah, but how old do you have to be to work with you?
18?
Oh, yeah.
18?
Uh-huh. Yes, ma'am.
We never have enough good people, never. So if you're interested in going to school, learning how to do taxes, and coming to the workforce, you're welcome to do so.
Just adding a little bit more to what he was saying. I think the income limit is $4,400, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, if they make over $4,400, then they need to file their own separate return.
Si el individuo, si el menor gana más de 4,400, entonces sí tiene que hacer sus impuestos. Pero si gana menos, entonces les depende.
Solo tiene que ir como
Depende,
depende
sí.
del padre. Si
¿Tiene una
el
pregunta?
muchacho gana de $4,400 para arriba, tiene que ir y llenar su forma para que no esté debiendo esos impuestos a la gana menos de esa cantidad, solo puede ir como depende de sus padres.
¿Alguna otra pregunta?
If someone who's an immigrant or from a different country, could you guys help them open up a business?
Yes, we can, and, okay.
Oh, she also has another question. Oh, she would like to know the process of opening a company, yeah, so.
I am so glad she asked that question. I brought some information tonight, and I think I have enough for everyone to get one, and it's called 10 Steps to Start Your Business. So it actually lists the 10 things that you need to do in order to get your business started.
Entonces aquí ella trajo unos documentos que dice son 10 pasos para poder abrir uno su negocio y se van a repartir.
Así tenemos los 10 pasos, ¿verdad? Si ustedes quieren que
You got it.
ella vaya sobre los 10 pasos para abrir la compañía de negocio. Estos son los 10 pasos.
Okay.
No problem.
No solo tienen que ser
Okay, and yes, we can, thank you so much. Yes, we can help you get your business started.
Y si pueden ellos comenzar el proceso de abrir un negocio, en asistir a uno en eso.
Is there any way that we can make more copies?
¿Hay una posibilidad que se puedan hacer más copias? Sí. Oh, yeah, they'll be able to
Okay.
make some more copies.
Okay, thank you.
How many? Oh, no, depende.
Ada, do, yes, I will. The first one is to conduct market research. So like my dad was saying, if you find that one thing that you really enjoy doing, and you want to know if there's a market for it, the first thing you want to do is you want to research and see, if there is a need for it out there, and if it would be, a great opportunity for you to look into creating a business.
Entonces, el primer proceso es conducir un estudio del mercado, conducir un estudio del mercado de lo que uno quiera abrir, ¿verdad? Entonces, dependiendo en qué tan grande esté ese mercado, es como uno se puede basar. Hay diferentes cosas que uno se puede basar. Puede ser personal o puede ser en el ambiente del mercado, de lo que uno emprenda en el estudio. Yeah, has a question?
Okay.
Yes. Al negocio. So he's saying, for example, for someone who already has a business and has gone through all the hoops and is producing, the business is producing,
Yes.
and they say that they get paid with a check, $5,000, and you go through the entire process at the end of the year, how much, what percentage does the IRS charge, on that money, on that income?
Okay, so you should be paying at least 10% of your income in federal taxes.
Entonces dice ella, usualmente es 10% de lo que uno gana como en el cheque o sea efectivo, lo que uno gana es 10%, usualmente, 10%. 500. Sí, lo que el IRS le cobra. So usually, from those $5,000, it would be $500 that he would pay, right? To the
Right.
IRS, to
Yes.
the federal government.
Yes.
Al gobierno federal.
Sí, le preguntaba porque una vez gana bastante y a fin de año. Entonces, el porcentaje.
Yeah, he's saying that, sometimes for example, you might get a lot of money, make a lot of money that year, and, you just don't know how much you got to pay from it, and you go another year and you don't pay it,
Right.
it just keeps rolling over.
So I was going to say with that, what you probably want to do is you want to talk to a bookkeeper that can handle those books for you, that can keep up with your money, what you're making, what you're spending, and you want to have a business tax return done so that you can pay the money that you need to pay on what you've made. You want to add to that, Daddy? You can go ahead.
Entonces dice,
Now you see why I call her an expert. She's got all those answers.
entonces decía,
But one thing, she's absolutely right. It is very important when you start a business,
muy importante,
is to start with somebody who can help you keep track of the money.
que es alguien que le puede asistir
that-
a hacer la contabilidad.
That is very, very important.
Muy importante.
I learned that the hard way. I didn't have it when I started, but advice that I want to give all of you is make sure you have somebody who can tell you where the money is coming from and where it's going out.
consejo.
Because the IRS, the government requires business people to have clear and accurate records all the time. And they can come in anytime and audit your records to see if they're clear and accurate.
Entonces dice que el IRS puede venir a cualquier hora, a cualquier momento y hacerle una audición a sus libros. Entonces tener una contadora o un contador y una persona que sepa cómo administrar los fondos, lo que entra, lo que sale, lo que se gasta, es muy, muy importante si uno quiere mantener el IRS afuera de su casa.
Nadie quiere ver.
Se pone el micrófono más cerca porque está al aire.
Ah, ok.
Y las personas que están conectadas.
Ah, está bien. Oh.
Oh, okay. So if you look back at the paper, you'll see that the second step is to write a business plan.
Entonces, el segundo proceso es escribir un plan de negocio.
So with your business plan, it is a roadmap of how you're going to put your business together. The business plan is going to just be a detailed, written document that shows what you're going to be doing, who you're going to market your business to, and how you plan to execute that business.
Entonces, el plan de negocio es un mapa, ¿verdad? Con detalles pone los consejos y en verdaderamente explica cómo va a ser el proceso, quién va a estar, cómo va a ser y cómo se va a ejecutar. Entonces, eso es el segundo paso.
And the good thing is that you can now, since we have Google, you can Google a business plan template. You can go to a small business association, or, you could even come to us and we'll try to help you if you need to, put that business plan together.
Y si necesitan asistencia con ese plan de negocios, ellos son administradores de ese proceso y también pueden buscarlo en internet o pueden ir a una asociación de negocios pequeños que también le pueden asistir con ese proceso. Entonces, hay varias opciones.
Okay. So after you have done your business plan, you're going to try to get funding for your business. If you don't have the money yourself and you want to get a loan from the bank, or you want to get government funding or whatever it is for your business, you're going to need to show them your business plan.
Entonces, para que uno pueda agarrar los fondos para comenzar su negocio, uno tiene que, sea un préstamo del banco o donde quiera que uno vaya para pedir esos fondos, es enseñar primero cómo va uno a ejecutar su plan de negocio.
Okay. So then you want to pick a location. Okay, so if you're forming that business, you probably already have an idea in your head of where you want to, transact your business, whether you want to have a home office, whether you want to have an office out in the community, or whether you're doing landscaping, whatever it is, you pick a location for your business.
Entonces escoge un local para su negocio, ¿verdad? Por ejemplo, si uno va a ser un jardinero, busca donde hay casas verdes, o si uno va a ser una oficina de impuestos, busca donde hay oportunidad en la comunidad para aprender. Entonces.
Okay, and then after that, you want to choose a business structure. And what that means is you're going to decide if you want a corporation, if you want an LLC. Mama and Daddy, step in anytime if I'm leaving something out or if it's something y'all want to add.
Y en ese mismo proceso también se escoge qué tipo de negocio va a ser, si va a ser una LLC o una corporación, por ejemplo. Entonces, en ese también es ese. Yeah. They would like to know the difference between an LLC and a corporation.
Okay, so
There's also another question as well. Oh, okay. Yes, same question.
Okay, well, the biggest difference is, and I might need some help on this, but the biggest difference is if you start an LLC, that is called a limited liability company.
Entonces, cuando uno comienza una LLC, es una,
Limited liability.
sí, es una, Es limitado, sí. Pero no una aseguranza, es una, perdónenme.
You're thinking about insurance and
Yeah,
liability, right?
liability, yeah.
Yeah.
El riesgo que uno tiene es limitado. Yeah, es limitado, perdón.
And so what that means is you are protected as a business owner.
Y uno está protegido como el dueño de la compañía.
Yeah. So, okay.
Same to incorporate, to corporate. You just want to.
Yeah, incorporated and corporation is the same, right? Is it? Yes.
Es lo mismo. Sí. If they're not incorporated or as an LLC, an individual is susceptible to losing all his personal items.
That's correct.
Yes,
Yes, that is
sí.
correct.
Si hay una demanda, uno corre.
LLC is a corporation.
La LLC es una
It is a
corporación.
corporation, yeah. And we have partner companies that can help you with all that. Help you set up your LLC, whatever kind of corporation you want. I prefer LLC because it deals with your liability. That's why I prefer it. And
La razón por que él prefiere una LLC porque el riesgo de uno es limitado.
Right,
¿Verdad?
and
No
if you-
pierde sus cosas personales.
if you get sued and you have a LLC, then they will sue your company and not you personally.
Ya cuando hacen una demanda están demandando al negocio, no están demandando al individuo.
Yeah, that's why the LLC is the best choice because, like my dad was saying, if you get sued, you're going to be looked at as a separate entity from your company.
Sí, porque cuando uno le ponen una demanda al negocio, uno como una persona individual es visto separado del negocio.
Which means that if someone sues you and, you don't have to go out of business. You can turn right around and continue doing what you were doing.
Entonces, si a uno lo demandan personalmente, uno puede regresar a su rutina personal como que sin nada lo interrumpió.
But we do have information on each type of legal structure that you can do. And we have all of the advantages to each one. It's a lot of information, and it's probably a little bit lengthy for us to talk about tonight, but we would be glad if any of you ever wanted to sit down and talk with us and discuss the differences, we would be glad to do that.
Dice que ellos, el proceso de las ejecuciones de los negocios, hay varias, por lo cual pudiéramos estar aquí toda la noche, pero si ustedes deciden tener una charla personal con ellos, con mucho gusto, ellos pueden sentarse con ustedes y hablar de las diferentes ejecuciones que uno puede tener para su compañía. Y como corporación, LLC, partnership, X cosa.
Okay.
For the LLC, you pay once tax or do you pay it 2 times? Como personal y yeah, he wants to know.
El dueño de la compañía tiene que pagar.
Yeah, well, with that, you would do, it's just like with any other business tax, and y'all step in anytime, but it's just like with any other business tax, you would do your personal taxes and then you would do your business tax.
Es como cualquier negocio, ¿verdad? Agarra uno su forma personal de impuestos, llena su forma personal y también tiene uno para el negocio. Entonces, hace 2. Sí.
No pagar, ¿verdad? No
Right.
pagar.
Yeah, he just wanted to know if you like pay twice.
Hace
You may
su
not have to
forma
pay twice, no.
1099. ¿De cuánto usted está pagando usted mismo? La persona, su contador, usted va a tener todos sus gastos.
Para que el contador tengan que van a hacer, entonces para que usted no tenga que pagar.
Por eso es que es muy importante tener su contador para que todo, ¿verdad? Sus cosas personales, usted lo pueda hacer como
Okay. And, yeah, because the 1099, it's kind of complicated. It's not really complicated. But if you're talking about business returns, you can do a 1099 and have like a small business, or you're contracting for a larger company.
Entonces dice que la 1099 tiene varios usos, puede ser para un individuo personal o como un contratista contratando a demás gente. Entonces tiene sus varios usos y puede ser un poco complicada, pero por eso es un poco complicada, ¿verdad? Por sus varios usos que tiene.
But if you have your own business,
Oh,
they're talking about a 1099 NEC, I think. Is that what they're talking?
1099 EN.
He's talking about incorporated, to incorporate your business.
Para
Is that what-
incorporar el negocio de uno, incorporarlo, es lo que está diciendo.
Right, okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
she's
so
talking
she
about-
wants to know what the incorporated, yes.
Okay, Daddy, do you want to talk about incorporating your business? Or what the advantages of incorporating your business would be?
Las ventajas de
The biggest, okay, yeah, thank you, Ada, thank you. The biggest advantage that I see is it limits your liability. And you get to decide how much you're gonna pay yourself, as well as your other partners. Y'all decide how much you're gonna pay.
Entonces, el proceso ese es que la ventaja es que uno puede saber o puede uno figurar cuánto uno se quiere pagar y a las demás personas en su negocio.
Yes, sir.
What's the difference?
It's, well, LLC is a corporation.
I think he's saying that he's incorporated his business.
Yeah, he has
You've
a
already incorporated your business, right. What,
But he's making it as if he's an employee of the company.
oh, okay.
So he wants to know, would he do a double tax or?
Yeah, yes. His corporation is taxed. The corporation. You have to pay taxes on the corporation, and you have to pay taxes on your income, in the personal, individual taxes. But, yes.
Sí. Correcto. Entonces, por lo cual tuviera que pagar un impuesto de la incorporated, de su compañía, y también pagar uno por su ingreso personal. Entonces, tuviera que pagar los dos.
Pero eso, lo de lo que yo pago, lo mío, eso también va sobre mi seguro.
Sobre su seguro
O sea, el día de retiro. O sea, cuenta hacia mi.
Oh, he wants to know as to what he's paying himself. Is that also going into like his Social Security? Yeah, he just wants to know what he's paying himself from those taxes and his personal income. Is any of that going into his Social Security for when he retires?
Yes.
Dice que
Yes,
sí,
yes.
un porcentaje. Sí,
Right.
yeah.
These are good questions.
Yeah, very,
Dice-
very good questions.
Muy buenas
Excellent.
preguntas.
también quieren saber de eso de cuando del seguro social y cuáles impuestos no se pagan del dinero que uno recibe del seguro social. ¿Quieren saberlo? Ahí están ellos.
Now,
The gentleman in the red jacket also had a. ¿Tenía una pregunta? Ah, he forgot.
what did he
He
say?
forgot. No, he forgot his question.
Okay.
Una
Tenía-
pregunta. Él ha trabajado siempre con personas de landscaping, pero él quiere en sus planes él ser un emprendedor. ¿Cuáles serían los pasos que tendría que dar?
So this gentleman working in landscaping for a while, but he wants to start the process of, doing it on his own and starting his own business, and he just would like to know what would be the process to move towards that.
Okay,
You want me to go or you go?
you can. That's what we, these steps are.
Entonces, por eso es los 10 pasos,
I think,
lo que estábamos.
La otra sería, ¿qué pasa cuando una persona quiere iniciar un negocio, pero no cuenta con el capital para rentar un lugar, pero quiere empezar en su casa?
What would be the process? Ya por eso me lo estaba bajando. He just wanted to know that.
well, what my advice would be because it is complicated, my advice would be to find somebody you trust to keep your books and to help you decide what kind of corporation you want to set up. And bookkeeping is important because as a business owner, sometimes you have to go to the bank and borrow money when you own a business. Sometimes you're in a situation to come up where you need $50,000, $100,000, and you can borrow that money if you can show that you can pay it back. With a good bookkeeper, we can set it up so you'll have all your profit, tax returns, everything in the cloud. So you can, when you're in the bank, you can pull all that information up, have the banker to print it out, and if you are good at having all that together, you can get the loan. But if you can't, if he sends you, sometimes you need money right now.
Local, ¿cómo le pueden hacer para iniciar en su casa? Digamos, yo quiero vender comida, pero no tengo todavía el capital para rentar un local. ¿Puedo iniciar en mi casa?
So he wants to know if he wants to initiate a business in his house. For example, he wants to sell food and he just doesn't have the capital. Could he just start the business in his house if he can't buy or like rent a building or a spot? Okay. Sí, se puede.
¿Verdad? Cuando ya se reporta, cuando usted comienza su negocio en la casa, entonces voy a usar este cuarto, ¿verdad? Para estar en mi negocio. Pero usted tiene 4 cuartos o un cuarto en su casa. Dice, este cuarto yo lo voy a usar para mi oficina, para mi negocio. Va a hacer sus declaraciones de impuestos, ese cuarto lo tiene que decir.
La idea.
Entonces está que uno puede comenzar su negocio en su casa, ¿verdad? Apartar un lugar y decir aquí es donde va a comenzar mi negocio y poder progresar de allí en adelante. Gracias. Para poder
Y
hacer.
añadirlo a gastos de la compañía.
Sí.
Correcto. Y poder agregarlo como gastos de la compañía.
Aquí tengo una pregunta.
She has a question.
Yo trabajo en limpieza de casas,
She does house cleaning.
pero en ocasiones, a veces llevé a una persona, pero le llamó la atención mucho un libro que tenía la inicial con oro.
She said that she went to with an individual and they saw a book with some golden signage on it.
¿Qué tipo de aseguranza o qué me puede respaldar a mí?
Si se roban ese libro, yeah. She wants to know what type of insurance or what type of measure. Yeah, what type of measure that she can put to protect herself if a employee steals or an individual.
I'm gonna let Daddy take this one. Because he know, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, start with, you need a general liability policy
Entonces se requiere una póliza de límite general
for at least $1 million.
mínimo $1 millón.
But it's not that expensive.
La póliza, claro, se escucha cara, pero no lo es.
But that doesn't reimburse her if an employee steals from her.
Si un empleado roba, claro, esa póliza cubre el gasto, le respalda a uno, le contesta a uno, ¿verdad? En ese momento de necesidad. Oh, and the gentleman right here, su pregunta, por favor.
No, que cómo puede uno asegurar su nombre de compañía, porque yo tengo un amigo mío que en Washington, él usó, ya ve que él fue y abrió su compañía, pero había una compañía grande que tenía ese nombre y luego él estaba en problemas.
Yeah, he wants to know what is the possibility to secure a business name, because in Washington he has a friend who opened up a business. He did all the process, all the loopholes, had started the business, and then found out that there was another business that had the name, and then he got into hot water.
Secretary of State.
So, yes, the Secretary of State is the place to go for that, but we can do that for him. Like, if he comes into our office, we can do a name search and all of that with our company that we partner with, so we can help him with all of that.
Ella dice que ellos pueden ayudarle a uno con ese proceso. Se llama con la secretaria del Estado. Ellos le ayudan con ese proceso. Ellos buscan en la lista de nombres de negocios, ven y si no lo encuentran, uno sigue el proceso de
Yeah.
abrir su negocio.
That's actually, I think, the next step that's on this list, registering your business. And you want to make sure that you register your business with the government and the state, local, federal and local government, and get an employer identification number for your business as well.
Entonces es muy importante verificar.
Is that me doing it?
Oh, you're fine. Verificar el nombre de uno y también buscar el nombre, asegurar el nombre al igual y seguir el proceso, y ellos le pueden ayudar a eso, y también ponerlo con el Estado y federalmente registrado. Y ellos le pueden ayudar.
O sea, normalmente. Pero, o sea, no tiene un control de cómo el nombre de
Yeah, he's
la
saying.
compañía.
Yeah.
De la compañía de
Yeah, he's saying that when he first opened, he was going to open his business. He was on the internet looking for names, and he just wanted to verify that his company name was not registered under any circumstances. Because if one says, Can Dogs Industries, right, for the IRS, they're going to send you right back those forms, Can Dog Industries, and now, you have the same information as somebody else.
That's right. Yeah. So, but yeah, we can help with that, and we'll be glad to, because I think that covers the next couple of steps. As a matter of fact, the next three
Eso cubre
we're on the
los tres
page.
pasos, de los pasos siguientes, y también con ese registro de compañía también uno agarra un número de identificación personal para su compañía. Entonces, con eso va incluido el registro de su compañía. And the lady in the pink also had a question.
Okay, I'm sorry.
¿Cómo puedo hacer para iniciar compra y venta de casa?
She wants to know how could she start a business of buying and renting homes.
Okay, so like a real estate business?
Como algo de bienes y raíces, algo así, como un proceso. Yes, somewhere around.
Okay, so the first thing, and please help me out with this, but I think the first thing with that would be to get her real estate license. Is that correct, or
Entonces,
what do you think?
si quiere uno comenzar un negocio de bienes y raíces, uno tiene que primero agarrar sus certificaciones del Estado. Entonces, tomar un examen, tomar clases de bienes y raíces y pasar y tener un número de verificación con el Estado. If she wants to start a decorating business, would she need a permit of any sort other than insurance?
I'm not sure on that as far as like interior design, like decorating homes and stuff.
Como de decoraciones internas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like parties and stuff like that. Something along the line. Como algo de presentaciones. Yeah, so like presentations and birthdays and so on and forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if she would need like an interior design certification or permit, but I do know that she would need the insurance, like you said. And she would also need to register her business to make it a legitimate business.
Entonces, para hacerlo un negocio legal, uno tiene que registrar su compañía con el Estado y federalmente para que uno pueda hacer ese proceso. Ella no sabe si requiere un permiso o licencias, pero sí requeriría una aseguranza por si algo ocurre, ¿verdad? Si una de las decoraciones le cae a una persona en la cabeza, X cosa, ¿verdad? Como, no sé si esa sea una decoración, la luz que está arriba de la cabeza de los muchachos. Si eso cae, ¿verdad? Por ejemplo, ¿verdad? Porque unas flores al caerle en la cabeza a alguien no le va a doler a nadie, ¿verdad? Yeah, I was just giving them an example, right? If the chandelier fell,
It hits somebody, yeah. But yeah, I'm not, as far as like a state certification or anything like that, I don't think that she would have to have one, to do that.
Permisos no, verdaderamente ella no cree que requeriría.
Okay, and so the last step in starting your business would be to open a business bank account. You want to make sure that you are keeping everything separate. If you start a business, you want to get a business bank account, and then you want to have your personal bank account.
Entonces, el último paso muy importante es demostrar que las dos entidades, personal y de negocios, son diferentes, con una cuenta de banco diferente a la de uno personal. Es lo más importante. Entonces, hacen todo el proceso, ¿verdad? De que uno hace una conducta de mercado, hace su plan de negocio, busca los fondos, hace sus registraciones, busca un local, lo registra con el gobierno, busca sus aseguranzas y al final se abre la cuenta de banco, demostrando y verificando que las dos personas, el negocio y el individuo, no son la misma persona. And the gentleman in the back has
Okay.
Yeah.
¿Tienes que hacer nuevo DOT número o usas el que tienes?
El ET number?
No, el DOT.
DOT number?
Sí.
He wants to know if you want to open a different business, X example, could you use the same DOT number? No.
No, you have to have a separate number for each business.
Cada negocio tiene su número personal. Es como el social o su ET number, ¿verdad? Lo aparta de los demás. Question? This good? He wants to know what type of business require a license or licensing. Una licencia como ejemplo, como de recursos de bienes y raíces o yeah, like flipping houses or like, real estate or insurance. La aseguranza, yo les digo si requieren una cursos y un examen y ser registrados con el Estado. Eso es uno de ellos, también con los bienes y raíces. To open
To be an electrician?
Yeah, to be an electrician, to
Yes.
open a company.
Uh-huh.
Para hacer ese trabajo. Entonces, si en un dado caso que alguien tiene esas licenciaturas, esa persona puede quedar, jamás puede hacer trabajo o cualquier tipo de trabajo.
No, he was just explaining that if you're doing like framework or like, you're trying to get your licensing to demonstrate that you are qualified to do the job.
Yes, yes.
Especially if you're going to getting sued, right? If you get sued, then, there's a big issue right there, and then you're seen as a black card. And the lady in the peach also has a question.
¿Puedo comprar una casa que me está ofreciendo el banco?
If she wanted to buy a house that the bank is offering her, could she buy it?
Yeah.
Sí.
Mhm.
Or could she
¿Cuál sería la mejor opción? ¿Comprarla con el banco?
would it be easier to find a seller home to home, or like buyer to buyer, or would it be better to put a middleman such as the bank in between?
What do you think, Dan?
I know with the banks as well, insurance for sure, right?
If you can work it out with that person, I guess it would be.
You can probably save money
¿Se ahorraría
Wow.
dinero
dealing with the individual who's
con el
selling it,
individuo?
but that's dangerous because you really don't know the condition of the house. You don't know all the details about it. So I think it's better to have another person involved, If the bank is going to require a survey of the lot and things like that, and you need those requirements. It takes more time to do it, it costs more money, but sometimes that's the best way to do it.
Aunque cueste más dinero con el banco, él dice que es mejor tener otra persona involucrada, porque cuando uno compra de dueño a dueño, agarra el riesgo o cae en el riesgo de la casa no esté adecuadamente en una condición habitable. Cual con el banco va, hace su registro, hace diferentes estudios, mira la tierra y se asegura que las condiciones del hogar estén habitables.
En pocas palabras, hay menos riesgo de estafa.
Sí, menos riesgo y la posibilidad de poder vivir en unas condiciones adecuadas.
Y otra cosa, una casa con alguien o un terreno, eso pueda tener judgment. When you buy something for.
Cuando uno compra un terreno, también tiene los juicios, ¿verdad? Que se tienen que pagar a los impuestos de la tierra o del hogar. Entonces, es como lo de un carro, ¿verdad? Tiene el valor del vehículo y uno tiene que al final del año pagar sus impuestos locales.
Ok, y también a veces cuando uno compra una tierra de dueño a dueño, ¿verdad? Uno tiene que irlo a chequear, ¿verdad? Posiblemente allá a la corte para ver que esa propiedad esté clara. Porque si usted fue al hospital, ¿verdad? Usted ha ido y debe dinero en varias partes, esa propiedad puede estar endeudada. Entonces eso se le llama judgment. Y eso, cuando usted compra esa propiedad, todo eso que esa persona debe, le cae a usted.
El juicio de los demás le cae a uno sobre sus hombros.
Yo tengo una otra pregunta. Si, por ejemplo, uno comienza un negocio pequeño y va a empezar un negocio.
He wants to know. If you have a small business, guessing in the sense it's like a small business, right? And then you keep on growing, and then how do you do that transition from a small business to a big business, like in a sense, como si va de LLC a corporación, ¿no? Yeah, like how do you make that switch? Like how do you know, when to, with the corporation from an LLC change to a corporation, so on and so forth?
How would he know that? I know we can do it for them, but how would he know when it was time to make that switch?
The best time is now.
Dice que el mejor tiempo es
Always.
ahora, ¿verdad?
Yeah,
Es ahora.
that's
Sí, tiene que ser un
if
cambio.
because you're making money, the business is growing, you want to protect your investment.
Entonces uno está haciendo dinero, generando dinero y uno quiere proteger lo que uno ha invertido,
Yeah.
su inversión.
Yo le preguntaba porque yo como pienso que y yo llamé a una compañía. No venden así como. Material.
Yeah, okay, so for example, in the sense of all this, he wants to say, he has a small business right now, right? But, and he buys secondhand material, so he sells construction material and so on and so forth. And he called to a company in Ohio, but they only proceed with orders that are $25,000 and up. So he wants to know, how can he be taken serious when he's talking to this company so that he can purchase, X amount over $25,000?
Y le dijeron de que si no tenía.
Yeah, they ask him various questions, such as like, how stable is your company, so on and so forth. So that's why he's asking, when do I know, or like what are some key steps?
That is a very good question. Very good
buena pregunta.
question, because that is why it's so important to have your legal status, your corporation, LLC, with a corporate, with your board members. And then sometimes they look at you more seriously if you can, if you got the money. Sometimes companies look at what you can afford to buy.
Entonces dice, muchas de las veces teniendo su negocio registrado para que lo tomen a uno en serio, ¿verdad? Con una LLC, ahora si tiene uno una mesa de inversionistas, cual hablan en su negocio de ello, que es una corporación, entonces algunas veces lo toman a uno mucho más en serio, pero teniendo su compañía registrada es la primera cosa, y segundo es la cantidad, ¿verdad? El capital que uno tenga en su compañía, ¿verdad?
Di el nombre de mi compañía, pero le digo sí tiene
Yeah.
tenía que tener toda la actualidad.
Correct. So he was saying that when he called, they asked him, where's the address of your location, what the name of your business, so on and so forth. So, he could have been taken serious, and he could have gotten the quantity of material, because he was calling a warehouse. That's where he was calling. He was trying to remove the middleman so that he could get access to the material.
Yeah, that's, again, setting up your corporation, having your board members, having a relationship with the banks, having a track record. So because they want to be able to look at your corporation and see, your experience, your history of making those kind of purchases.
Entonces, lo más grande-
So really, what I'm saying is you need your corporate status, you need a board of directors, you need relationship with the banks, you may need to get a loan from a bank, and show a track record of making your payments, having your LLC, profit and loss statements. They want to see all of that you can pay for it. And we can do all of that for you, because we can keep your books, we can get your legal status, we can set your records so that you can walk into any bank anywhere and show that you're a real serious business person, if that makes sense. But you have to have your stuff together to do it, because they're not just going to trust you that you can pay it. You got to have everything together.
Entonces aquí lo primordial es tener un registro del negocio de uno, lo que uno ha invertido, lo que uno ha ganado, el estatuto del negocio y cómo está registrado, y teniendo, verdad, una posibilidad de tener una cuenta de banco igualmente. Usualmente se puede comenzar con un préstamo de un banco, porque la primera cosa más grande es la confianza que un prestamista le tiene a un individuo en prestarle el dinero, ¿verdad? Si usted le presta a una persona que sabe que lo va a estafar, ¿para qué dárselo, verdad? Pero si sabe que esa persona es confiable y le va a pagar su dinero para atrás, con mucho gusto. Entonces es lo que uno trata de ejemplar en su negocio, de tener todos esos registros para uno comprobar que es un negocio verificable y serio. Yeah, they asked them for a certificate of his name, y como ellos decían, yeah.
Get your life insurance.
Yeah. La compañía de nosotros.
Tengo una pregunta. Nosotros somos una organización non-profit, la Iglesia, y como el señor Smith sabe, dependemos de la buena o mala voluntad de las personas que asisten. Si nosotros quisiéramos tener otra entrada, como qué tipo de negocio, como qué nos recomendarían, pero no perder el estatus que tenemos.
So as a church, they are a nonprofit, and he just wants to know what would be another way so that they could get more funds in to continue what they're doing in the community without losing their nonprofit status.
Tenemos el 501.
Yeah, they have the 5,000 ZK, 501Z. Yeah.
What I would suggest is that I don't know, if they have done any grants or done any proposals for grants, but that's what I would suggest in order to get more funding.
Entonces, para que uno pueda agarrar más fondos, es dar prácticamente dinero para atrás a la comunidad y para que a uno le den más fondos, para que a uno le den más fondos al gobierno.
Did I say something wrong?
Total, the grants, well, grants are like, giving back to the community. Yeah, because he wants to open a business because not many funds enter the church.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
well then he can do that separately, right? He could start a business under another name other than the church. Yeah, he could make it a totally
But I wouldn't-
separate.
I wouldn't get rid of my nonprofit,
No.
because you can get a
Free
lot of free money and a lot of donations from these big companies.
Yeah.
They'll donate all kinds of stuff to you if you're a nonprofit. So you need a nonprofit, but if you want to start a separate business, a separate entity, that's okay too. But that nonprofit status is good.
Dice que puede comenzar otro negocio con otro nombre y otra identidad, y también puede pedir por donaciones. Do you know where he could go to ask for donations? Is there a website or anything of the sort, or resources?
We'll just have to do a grant search, that's all.
Entonces puede buscar donaciones en internet y puede buscar compañías o individuos que buscan estas organizaciones sin- sí, para que le puedan donar fondos.
Hay muchos fondos para la iglesia.
Pues consíganos uno.
Oh, but do they have a food bank or anything like that? Have they partnered with any food banks or anything? Or any,
Ok, miren.
Sí, sí.
Ok, ellos son una corporación fuerte. Ok. So, ellos son una corporación fuerte. Ok, usted dice, voy a cooperar con ellos. Entonces, él le va a hablar esto en privado a usted, pastor.
Está bien.
Ok. Entonces, eso va a ser privado.
Gracias.
Sí. Entonces, lo mismo puede hacer con otras personas. Esto que ustedes están haciendo hoy es la puerta de muchas cosas que ustedes pueden, que nosotros los hispanos, como que estamos en la iglesia, no las sabemos, estamos con los ojos cerrados.
Thank you, Mr. Smith.
Oh, thank you. I enjoyed it.
yeah, because,
There's a lot of interest here, a lot of
Yeah.
good questions, very good questions.
yeah. And that's something that I wanted to say too. We, may not be able to cover everything tonight, but please, feel free to come see us, to call us, to get in contact with Ada, and we can make an appointment with you to sit down and, we'll help you in any way that we can, one-on-one, okay? Does that sound good?
Yeah, he had a question, and the gentleman in the back also have a question.
Okay.
Pero ella decía que ustedes pueden llegar a sus oficinas y con gusto ellos pueden atender y pueden tener charlas personales para que ustedes puedan entender y poder ir más en profundidad para poder entender el material que se presentó hoy. But the gentleman in the red shirt had a question.
Okay.
Tiene una pregunta, en la compañía que yo trabajo, ¿cuánta es la cantidad máxima que puedo ganar para no pagar a la IRS?
He wants to know what is the maximum amount at his job that he would have to earn so he wouldn't pay back as much taxes at the end of the year.
Okay, well, there's not really a certain amount on that, but what I would suggest to him is to make sure that he's having at least 10% of his income, being withdrawn from his check every time. And the more that he pays in, the greater the chances are that he'll end up getting money back at the end.
Entonces dice que no hay un límite exacto, pero si uno verifica que le están sacando sus impuestos de su cheque semanalmente o bisemanal, más dinero que uno pague al IRS o al gobierno, entonces se incrementa más la posibilidad de que a uno le den más dinero para atrás o que no pague mucho al final del año. What effect would it be if a company pays in cash?
Company pays employees in cash?
¿Que paga a sus empleados en cash?
That's not good. That's not good. Because you want the employer to pay taxes.
Entonces, porque quiere que su empleado pague una porción.
And you want to get Social Security when you reach a certain age. That's the main thing.
Y también para su
You can't do it if you get cash.
Si uno lo hace en efectivo.
Plus, another reason, you're talking about if you own the company, it's better for you to pay them the normal way with the payroll, because that is a business expense for your employees.
Entonces,
And if you don't show that, if you make $1 million and you don't show that you had to pay your employees, then you got to pay tax on all that money yourself.
Entonces dice que el empleado está pagando su porción de los impuestos y si uno no puede verificar al final del año que sus empleados pagaron sus impuestos, entonces esa deuda, o sea, cae sobre los hombros del negocio. Entonces fuera mejor que le pagara en una forma verificando que sí está pagando sus impuestos el empleado. Entonces,
le dan su cheque y gana. Justamente las 40 horas a 20 dólares.
so I want to know, how would a company be affected if they're paying their employees and they're not verifying no están verificando, there's a lot of companies, there's a lot of companies out there that pay their employees in cash, and these individuals have their ITN number, and they pay them full, like if they work 20 hours at $20, they get, their full amount at the end of the week, for $400. So he just wants to know, how would that affect the company who's doing that?
Well,
Even though he pays them, although they get paid in check.
it is illegal to do that.
Es ilegal.
A lot of people do it, but it's not legal.
No es legal.
Aunque le pague esas 40 horas a 20 dólares y le dé un cheque de 40.
Yeah, he's saying that even if they did all their hours and they paid them the money, it would still be illegal.
Yeah, because they're supposed to be withholding taxes from that person's,
Sí, porque dice que el empleador tiene que retener los fondos que se le deben al gobierno, los impuestos, ¿verdad? El empleador tiene que retenerlos.
and they're supposed to be reporting those amounts to the IRS.
Y esa cantidad, el negocio lo tiene que estar reportando en sus impuestos anuales.
If you get caught, it's going to cost big bucks.
Si uno lo agarran en esa forma, va a pagar mucho dinero.
And it's also going to hurt the person at the end too. When they get ready to go file their taxes, it's going to hurt them.
Y también daña al individuo que le están pagando, porque cuando vaya a hacer sus impuestos, van a cobrar.
Le quita esas taxas
El 3%.
la compañía tiene que poner 3% y el resto
El empleado. He wants to know, would it be 7% that they would take from the individual, or would it be the full 10%? El 10% completo del individuo al trabajador. 10%. The lady in the between in the peach shirt, and then the individual in the green shirt. If she wants to speak to you guys, would she have to make an appointment?
No, well, it's not necessary for her to,
No es
but
necesario.
if she, wanted us to sit down and really, work with her, then it, probably would be best to do it.
Around what time? Dice que si quiere hablar en profundidad, entonces, yeah, she would like to speak in depth.
Okay, great. So in our Warsaw office, we're open from 9 till 5, Monday through Friday.
En su oficina de Warsaw, de las 9 a las 5. De 9 a 5. De en Warsaw. Yeah. Yeah, she gets off. Yeah, she gets off at work at 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we'll leave our number.
yeah. And she can let me know what day.
Yeah, dice que él va a dejar tarjetas para que le pueda llamar y ya verifican qué hora es mejor y qué día. And the gentleman in the green shirt, also, in the green hat. He wants to know
much?
how much is the accountability, the bookkeeping.
Oh, how much is the bookkeeping? Okay.
We have 3 plans. We have a plan for well, we start at $99 a month,
Entonces hay un-
depending on what you get, what kind of service you get, depending on your business. But it's 99, 199, 299 per month, which is a great deal because a lot of people, it would cost a lot more money to hire a full-time accountant to do that same thing that we can do for $399 a month, $299 a month. And the big advantage is you can continue to do your time is better spent doing what you do, building houses or doing landscaping, whatever you do. Your time, you make a lot more money doing that than you would paying a bookkeeper to do that service. Does that make sense, what I'm saying? Because we don't have but 24 hours in a day. So it's better to do what you do to make that big money so you don't have to go home at night and spend 2 or 3 hours trying to keep up with your money. So it depends on what level of service we do for you.
Entonces tienen tres servicios, uno de $99, 199 y 299, y en esos tres diferentes planos.
Did you bring that with you?
¿Cuál es la diferencia de los planes?
Yeah,
Sí.
the difference in the plans, right. We didn't bring that tonight, but we'd be glad to send it to you or call you up and give you that information so you know exactly what we do for each price.
Entonces,
But it's, we'll be glad to do that for you.
en esta noche no los trajeron en los documentos, pero con mucho gusto le pueden llamar o dejar su tarjeta. Él va a dejar su tarjeta para que le puedan llamar y él puede mandarles la información o llegar a una de las oficinas para que puedan ir en más profundidad a qué se basan los servicios. Do you guys do payroll?
Yes.
Sí, también.
Yes, good question. We do bookkeeping, payroll. We'll help you set up your corporation. We'll do anything to help you make your business go.
Entonces, cualquier servicio que ustedes requieran external, ¿verdad? For payroll and accountability. El payroll se basa en cuántos empleados uno tenga y cuánto uno paga.
We will even help get you workers' compensation.
También les ayuden con agarrar su compensación al trabajador, eso es su aseguranza de compensación al trabajador. Workers Insurance Comp.
Okay.
Any other questions?
Otra pregunta más?
One
question in the back.
Oh, another question? Okay.
Is there, she wants to know for workers' comp, is there a limit for
How does
limit of
workers' comp
insurance?
work? Depends on the size of the business, right?
Right. It depends on the kind of business, the size of the business, how many employees you have. That determines the amount. And the amount that you get. You can get different levels of coverage.
Entonces,
You can get like 500,000 or a million or 2 million, 5 million, depending on what you can afford, but you really need to have workers' comp.
lo que se basa son en cuatro cosas: en lo que uno gana, el tamaño de su compañía, los empleados y el tipo de trabajo que uno hace, ¿verdad? El tipo de trabajo, uno puede, ¿verdad?, trabajar con metal, cortando todo el día, y el riesgo de cortarse la mano es mucho más capaz que chapeando en una yarda o trabajando cerca del agua, ¿verdad? Pero trabajando cerca del agua hay ciertos riesgos que también se corren. Entonces, dependiendo del tipo de negocio que uno haga, es lo que se basa. Yeah, he's saying, for example, if you have a, if you're working, say with 6 individuals and you have your workers' comp and you only put 2 individuals down, how would that, how would that affect?
It wouldn't be fair for one.
Dice que
But-
no fuera justo. Dice que puede ver por qué está haciendo mucho dinero.
Because how do you decide which 2 you're gonna cover? And
Dice porque tiene que decidir cuáles 2 quiere cubrir, ¿verdad? Entonces puede cubrir a sus 2 mejores trabajadores, pero también necesita las otras.
what, like the hardest working, the 2 hardest working individuals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's saying he doesn't have any employees. But
Just asking, right?
Pero anteriormente andaba bastante, pero tenía que pagar bastante.
yeah, he said that, in the past.
Just want to know.
Algo que es bueno con ellos porque ellos trabajan con una corporación. La Libertad es una corporación grande, entonces ellos tienen sus propios.
Preguntaba porque yo me metí en problemas.
Yeah, he's saying that he got in
Ya
trouble
arreglé eso, pero
and he got it fixed.
porque pues siempre hay personas que lo malinforman a uno.
Yeah, he's saying that, you base yourself off misguided information.
He said what?
He's saying that in the past, he had to go through this process. He got in hot water. He was able to resolve his issue, but he was misinformed. And, many people follow in those footsteps. For example, he had 10 people and they told him, well, just cover 4 because not all of them are going to be, not all of them are going to be.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, y dice que por eso es importante tener una contabilidad, llevar sus libros en orden y tener a alguien capaz que le pueda asistir con todo el proceso de su negocio.
Okay. And thank y'all so much for having us tonight. We appreciate you letting us be here. If anybody else has any questions, we'll have to put you in our car and take you home with us.